What's up, SNL fans? Saturday Night Live has always been at its sharpest when politics and pop culture collide, and this weekend's episode delivered exactly that, with a cold open that mocked one of the most talked about political controversies of the year. Following the explosive and awkward clash between former President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy at the White House, SNL gave viewers a satirical version of the encounter that was as surreal as it was hilarious. It was the first regular episode since the mega-successful SNL50 anniversary special, and expectations were already high. What audiences got was a cold open that threw Trump, his Vice President JD Vance, Zelenskyy, and even Elon Musk into the same absurd room, making for one of the strangest sketches of the season. The sketch began with a sarcastic voiceover, pretending to recap the supposed success of Trump's meeting with Zelenskyy. According to the narrator, everything went really well, and the world could now sleep peacefully, knowing global tensions had magically disappeared. That setup immediately signaled to viewers that the sketch was about to take a sharp comedic turn, one that leaned heavily into parody rather than realism. James Austin Johnson reprised his role as Donald Trump, once again nailing the mannerisms, speech patterns, and self-aggrandizing rambling that have made his impression one of the standouts of recent SNL seasons. Johnson's Trump introduced himself in a ridiculous way, calling himself the President and CEO of Gaza Hotel and Casino, before welcoming Zelenskyy, who was portrayed by Mikey Day. The absurdity escalated quickly, with Trump describing the meeting as a big, beautiful trap, and going off on tangents about Marco Rubio, Star Trek, and even the idea that Spock might have been Guatemalan. It was classic SNL parody, half nonsensical, half terrifyingly believable as something Trump might actually say. Then came Bowen Yang's JD Vance, who jumped in with an over-the-top performance that mocked the Ohio senator's fiery loyalty to Trump. His rant accused Zelenskyy of not saying, "thank you," often enough, shouting that gratitude was owed every 15 seconds, and even scolding him for not complimenting Trump and Vance's matching ties. The sketch perfectly skewered the exaggerated grievances and fragile egos often found in political discourse, turning the idea of international diplomacy into something more like a playground squabble. As the sketch spiraled further into chaos, Trump boasted about having all the cards, from Uno skips and reverses to Pokemon like Pikachu and Charizard. This blending of pop culture with political satire is what has long made SNL's best sketches resonate, the ability to mock real-world power struggles by reducing them to a child's game. Johnson's Trump delivered line after line with his trademark rambling rhythm, cementing why his impression has become a modern classic. But just when the audience thought the sketch couldn't get any weirder, the chaos was interrupted by an unexpected guest, Elon Musk. Making his return to the SNL stage for the first time since 2015, Mike Myers donned a t-shirt and jeans to parody the Tesla and SpaceX billionaire. The crowd erupted at the surprise, as Myers brought his signature over-the-top energy to the role. In the sketch, Musk immediately turned the tables, joking that he was now the real president and overseeing mass firings across government departments. His vision included letting 19-year-olds with nicknames like Big Balls run essential operations, as well as launching a new initiative called the Department of Undoing Child Health Care and Education, shortened, of course, to douche. The absurdity hit peak levels, with Trump and Musk bonding over the efficiency of planes landing upside down and the hilarity of gutting entire institutions. The cold open wrapped up by nodding to one of the week's other major headlines, the long-awaited release of the Epstein Files. Trump gleefully declared that America would finally see the names of everyone involved, though only those from A to S, naturally leaving out T. It was a punchline that landed hard, balancing sharp satire with SNL's signature absurd humor. What made this sketch particularly memorable was not just the writing, but the cast's ability to fully commit to the chaos. Johnson's Trump has become an anchor for SNL's political comedy, while Yang's unhinged Vance added fresh energy. Day's Zelenskyy provided the perfect straight man contrast, reacting with exasperation to the ridiculous demands placed on him. And Myers' cameo reminded audiences why he remains one of SNL's all-time greats, capable of stealing a scene with just a few lines. This episode also marked comedian Shane Gillis' second time hosting the show. His return to Studio 8H carried extra weight, considering his complicated history with SNL. Originally set to join the cast in 2019, Gillis was quickly fired after offensive remarks from his past resurfaced. Since then, he has rebuilt his career through stand-up specials and his popular podcast, becoming a controversial but undeniably relevant figure in modern comedy. Last year, when he first hosted, he addressed his firing head-on in his monologue, poking fun at the awkward situation while showing he wasn't afraid to face his past. This week, his return as host felt like another step in that redemption arc, showing how far he has come in mainstream acceptance. The musical guest was Tate McRae, who also made her second appearance on the show. With her blend of pop and dance-driven performances, she brought a different kind of energy to the episode, balancing out the biting political comedy of the cold open with music that connected to a younger audience. The timing of this episode was also notable, as it came right on the heels of the SNL50 anniversary celebration earlier in February. That special drew an impressive 14.8 million live viewers, more than tripling the average audience for the show's 50th season. With the anniversary still fresh in fans' minds, the pressure was on for this first new episode to live up to the hype. By delivering a sharp, surreal, and cameo-packed cold open, SNL proved it still knows how to capture the cultural moment. Looking ahead, SNL is showing no signs of slowing down. Next week, Lady Gaga is set to pull double duty as both host and musical guest, a role she has taken on before with great success. Her history with the show, combined with her theatrical stage presence, promises an episode that could rival even the high bar set by this week's installment. What this episode highlighted most is how SNL continues to thrive by walking the line between parody and absurdity. By taking real-world political tensions, like Trump's disastrous meeting with Zelenskyy, and pushing them to extremes, the show not only entertains but also comments on the state of global politics in a way that resonates with audiences. Add in surprise cameos, a host with a controversial backstory, and the momentum of a landmark anniversary, and it's clear why SNL remains one of television's most enduring institutions. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into TV and pop culture, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep laughing and we'll see you in the next one.